I'll never forget how a couple years ago, I was playing a round of golf with some guys when at the turn I ordered a round of Bud Lights for the group. The panic on one guy's face that somehow he'd been spotted with a beer that a trans social influencer did a promotion for was beyond comical. Here was a grown, 50-something-year-old guy, successful and married, so impacted by manufactured outrage that he changed his behavior. I told him how ridiculous he sounded, but it stuck with me how much people who pride themselves on being tough were so tender, and even the implication of being tolerant was something to be afraid of. Now fast forward to this weekend and Super Bowl Sunday, when the NFL announced this fall that Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny would headline the halftime show. MAGA world had a conniption fit. First, they claimed, like the president, he wasn't American. He and Puerto Ricans are. They said he couldn't speak English. He can. And then they claimed he hated America because he denounced ICE. First off, most Americans are not fans of ICE, especially after the killings in Minneapolis. But maybe if the right listened to Bad Bunny's speech at the Grammys after being the night's biggest winner, they may have been surprised by what they heard.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans, and we are Americans. The hate gets more powerful with more hate. The only thing that is more powerful than hate is love. So, please, we need to be different. If we fight, we have to do it with love. We don't hate them. We love our people, we love our family, and that's the way to do it, with love. Don't forget that, please. Thank you. Thank you, God. And thank you to the Academy.
Anyway, so threatened were MAGA fans that an alternative halftime show was created for their delicate hearts. The conservative group Turning Point USA promised to provide counter-programming, and finally on Monday, they were able to provide a lineup. Titling the All-American Show, it's not exactly an overwhelming who's who of the music world. The headliner, none other than Kid Rock, who hasn't had a hit in over a decade, and while his social media history is consistent with Trump's Truth Social screed, he does have a cringeworthy song that I doubt he'll be performing Sunday.
Young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory.
To reiterate, as Trump is doing everything humanly possible to distract attention from his relationship with Epstein, the conservative counter-programming on Sunday is led by a guy who celebrates statutory rape. But I digress. The nonsense of the Turning Point show is that it even exists in the first place. The NFL is a business, as we are all too often reminded, and good business is putting the biggest act in the world on the world's biggest stage. Bad Bunny, who won Album of the Year just last week, is the most streamed artist on the planet and has been 4 years running. He will bring in global viewers the league is dying to attract, and the NFL rightfully told the White House thanks but no thanks when they suggested another performer. But consider why we're even having this conversation. In the past year, the president, and by extension his followers, have redefined who is really an American and who we want coming to our country. If you're black and Latino, clearly you're less preferable than if you're white from South Africa or Western Europe. That's not my opinion, that's Trump's own words. For crying out loud, it had to be explained to him on multiple occasions that Puerto Rico is part of America. He's supposed to represent them. Diversity to him, it's a symptom in search of a cure. Curious, not only from a guy who drove by Ellis Island every day when he was a New Yorker, but also at a Super Bowl where nearly 3 in 4 players are of color. Anyway, I predict a record audience for Bad Bunny's halftime show, and even though I can't name a single song of his, I'll be one of them. The idea of searching for a random streamer to watch a subpar product telling me to fear my fellow American and whine of imagined grievances, that doesn't sound like fun. It sounds pretty weak. It also sounds pretty un-American.